fragile and limber and, you know, just a shell of my former self. You weren't even that to begin with. Anyways, it's feeding time. Feeding time. Feed me more. Yo, welcome to Feeding Time. I'm the big guy, Ryback. Welcome to all my Rybackers out there, watching all across the world, from coast to coast, all over. Running around here, big cardio day, feeling great, feeling freaking jacked. It's hard to tell sometimes with these cameras angles. This is, I'm feeling good, looking good. Look really good naked in front of the mirror, pounding on my chest. Anyways, guys, first, I know I have to do a 400,000 subscriber video, and I don't know what that is today. It was not able. This is just the feeding time, the vegan feeding time. I'm really contemplating. I pulled out. I have 2 boxes full of hot stuff I've not done. And in that is the Mad Dog Plutonium number 9. I just, I haven't been doing hot stuff in a long time. And it's not, this is making excuses. I've done things that are hotter, by the way, but that's an extract that's very concentrated that destroys people. And it just, something is unsettling about that to me on what it does to your insides, and knowing how inflamed I feel that I get inside internally. Like, I'm talking my intestines get inflamed. Like, it's not a good feeling. And I've had a few bad scares. One really bad with which is on here, the tube of tear peanuts in the hot tub at the end of the summer, where it was still warm out. The hot tub was 104, 105 degrees. That was on no food. Whole day was ruined. I mean, I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. But I got really good at doing hot stuff. By no means, I don't think there's these people that do those chili heads, but that are unbelievable. Like, and they condition themselves, and it takes work, like anything. And that's what scares me, is that I haven't done anything. So I don't know. I'm trying to see maybe a special guest appearance. I'll figure something out though, and it will be titled for the 400,000. It might be at 402, it might be at 405, but it's gonna get done at some point. And I might get a wild hair up my ass and just be like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the Mad Dog today. And then you read online that I'm in the hospital, and you'll know. And then the video is never seen. Anyways, today, guys, I'm back at a spot, No Butcher, here in Vegas. I swung by. And I was like, what haven't I done here? And I'm looking at like my food videos on here, and I found that I've not done their no pork sandwich with potato salad. So today's my carb day. Nothing crazy. This is actually a healthy meal. I wouldn't even count this. It's not my standard at home performance meal, but I've been working really hard here. There's a lot going on, and I haven't been too crazy. I do my wine night every Friday usually. That's nothing crazy. And it's training. It's getting the shoulder ready to go. And it's very focused, you know. I'm not young forever. But for right now, I'm forever young with the stem cells. And I pretty much feel like I feel better than I ever have. But there's going to come a point. And I want to be in my prime when I do something again, you know. I don't want to come back and be all gray-haired and fragile and limber and, you know, just a shell of my former self. You weren't even that to begin with. Anyways, it's feeding time. But thank you for your patience. Go ahead, I'm sure you're going to be 1,000 comments on when are you coming back. It's only been 6 years of non-stop questions. Just listen to me. You can save a lot of time. All right. Damn, this is good. We've got the vegan pork, coleslaw, barbecue sauce. My bite marks for authenticity. Oh, beautiful day. Elon Musk bought Twitter. Twitter also admitted finally, I've been posting it everywhere. This is legit. It's been 8 years because when they censored my account, they started restricting it. And we have the data reports and was able to go back and see when the drop off. It was, I believe, 2014. It was when I started talking more and using Twitter more. I don't know if you remember, there was a point when I was feuding with Cena, and this is why this happened. Not why the account got restricted. I don't know at what point in time they just said, oh, he's speaking out, we need to limit. And they do it to other people. There are other wrestlers have reached out to me and thank you for speaking up. They believe their accounts are being restricted while they're there because it's all about control and not letting people get big who they don't want to get big. During my program with Cena, they were adamant. They did not want me reading off the script. They did not want me blasting him because I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm pretty witty and I'm pretty comfortable just going tit for tat. But I get there's a program. There's guidelines. At the end of the day, you're a professional. You let the babyface have the last laugh, right? But when the babyface is just ripping you, and you just have to sit there and take it, and you're not allowed to say, like, to me, that's no good, and that's exactly what happened. So I was already beyond frustrated. Me and John had our issues, and I made a comment because he said something about the promo that I remember I wasn't allowed to defend myself in a character way. Just to be more entertaining rather than just sitting there, right? But they didn't want that. And I said something about his ex-wife. I remember it was on before a tour. And me and him, I think, were working each other the whole time in the main events. I'll never forget that evil little devil's reject, Mark Carano. We landed. He's like, what did you say? I was like, I don't know. What did I say? He said, did you make a tweet? I go, I make a lot of tweets. And did you say something about Cena's ex-wife? I go, yeah, in character. And he was, well, John's mad. His ex-wife's mad. And I go, I don't care. He goes, you have to apologize. I'm not apologizing. I go, no, he says all the shit he says on TV. I go, you guys have me not saying anything. He's like, you have to apologize. He's like freaking out. On the plane, like walking with me, telling you have to go apologize to John. You have to apologize to John. So I'll never forget, I remember when we get to the baggage claim, I go, John, I'm sorry for my tweet. And that was that, and walked away. He didn't appear to have an issue with it. And why would he in person? But, and it's his ex-wife, so who cares? He probably liked it, right? Anyway. God forbid wrestling's entertaining and people can, say whatever you want about me. I'm going to say what I want. Let's just go. Let people be entertained. That's why fights are good, when fighters do it, right? I just hate it. And that was when the time period when things got weird. And I didn't know it because I never looked at analytics. I didn't know what I know about social media. And then when I left and they wanted my social media, I started going back and looking. I go, and I saw people with the followings of like much less. And I started looking at my impressions. And I read about the average Twitter impressions and was talking to people. And I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere near what is even considered normal. And it was at 0.5% was about the average. And every once in a while something will creep up a little past it, but nothing would go viral. I reached out to Twitter for years. Never acknowledged there was a problem. And the impressions have been dead the same from when I left and when I was there towards the end. And finally, here, I've been on them. Like, you guys have no idea. I mean, it's all accounts. Instagram, I'm trying so hard. You have to. If you don't do anything, I've already learned this, nothing happens. You have to be active and proactive, and eventually, hopefully, the right thing happens. And ever since this Elon stuff started and that new CEO, Paraga, however, P-A-R-A-G-A on Twitter, his messages are open, and I message him and let him know, like, look, my account's not right. I know you weren't in control, in charge during this, but I would appreciate if you, nothing. Other people, the top executives, send them one message, at the most, one follow-up. Blocked. Twitter blocked me on Instagram for inquiring. I go, this isn't normal. You don't just block somebody that has questions about his account and like not answer them. You have like valid questions. And like, what is the average impression rate for most accounts? Because my account is nowhere near what people that have 5,000 followers have. And I go, I used to have great impressions, and I've always had good engagement. And finally, Twitter replies back that yes, my account is restricted. And what I believe is happening is they're covering their tracks. I believe they're going to unrestrict my account at some point. And what they're going to do is they're making it look like I was violating their policies, which I've never violated their policies. I've never had my account locked or kicked out of my account. I've never got a notification or a warning or a tweet deleted on anything for violating their policies on any of this. And they said that it was temporary, and if I would just follow and be compliant, the account would be restored. And I've been talking about like 10 different cases. They keep closing them. Simply opening a case and asking, you've acknowledged my account is restricted. I have the image. I posted that. I go, can you please explain to me how it's temporary after 8 years, and what was the thing that violated the policy, and also what is being compliant? Can you give me a time frame on what, because I go, this has been going on for a very long time. I go, I have questions. I go, I just want to simply be heard by my followers and have an opportunity to gain more followers. I've lost over 300,000 or close to it since 2016, but yet I'm the most followed on TikTok. I've still gained followers on Instagram despite that suppression. I've gained 400,000 or 500,000, even though I've lost 200,000 since December on their shadow ban, which was over nothing. And like, this is, you got to understand, I have a business and family, and that if I don't get this fixed, I can never grow. I can never grow. And it is imperative that I get this fixed. And that's why I stay on it. And like any of the people that I ever see that say, oh, you're whining or this, and I go, okay, I'm whining. You don't like me anyways. I don't care. It's for when they get it fixed, and then I could be heard and seen again in every, business wise. We have a fantastic conversion rate from Twitter. So there's a huge difference if I'm being seen by only 3,000 or 4,000 impressions or getting hundreds of thousands of impressions, that I should be in the opportunity to go viral, which I go viral weekly on TikTok. I haven't gone viral in 8 years. Or 6 years. I believe it was 6 years. The last one was, there was one tweet in 2016. So that's it. I don't know. And I know they're different platforms, but I already have the following, and that's what people don't. I have the following, and I'm posting the impression rate. So it's like you go and cite and just spinning your wheels trying to explain this to people that don't get it. I was like, don't block, just keep doing what. And I'm hoping with Elon, and today, they closed the case that was open today and opened a new one. And I'm hoping they restore this at some point once, because it's gonna take time when someone takes over and would implement their new policies and let people speak. So that's what's going on with that. But I've known this was going on. And I'm telling you, there's other WWE, other people have reached out that just left, and I'm not gonna name their names. Their accounts have turned into like what mine is. And there was a guy that messaged, and he's very popular and has more followers than me on Twitter. He goes, I think they got my account now too. And I looked, I go, they do. And there's other guys in WWE. I look, the guys that they have that speak up or that have spoken up, they have them restricted. And what it does, it keeps people under control and doesn't allow them to get too big. And it's their way of keeping people reliant on the business. I swear to God, this is all going to come out at some point in time. And there's stuff going on with my settlement, and they want me signing a thing to never talk again. And there's a reason why they want me to never talk again. And I'm going to talk up until that point, because I've talked up, and that's why, and this is all being worked out. And we're going to see if they chalk up what they need to chalk up to right the wrongs of the past. And that's that. And I have no fear, because I've stood up to, I've already suffered the worst of this and overcome it all. So, And at the end of the day, this is personal. Not one phone call for my injuries to check on needing a 5-disc fusion and shoulder replacement because I killed myself for your company. Not one phone call. And that will never be forgotten. Never, 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 never. And it is, you know, and I will use them. I will use them for my advantage. And they will profit off of that. But I will use them. And there will never be a going home. There will never be that moment that it was worth it. The pain and suffering that most people would have killed themselves. And that it's not who I am. It made me stronger. But that never be forgiven. It's so personal. And I'll tell them to their goddamn face. So there's that. And I'm looking forward to getting the Twitter back. 8 years. But 6 really not being on TV. Imagine that. Trying to be silenced. Putting out lies on you. Making people try to hate you. It's all going to come full circle. I always get my way. Takes time. I always said the truth always wins. Takes time. And those people that hate me, they'll hate me for something else. And I don't care. Just stay #hungry. Little potato salad for the big guy. Damn, this is good. But I posted like the trademarks that I already own. And most of the people, I don't see the majority of bad tweets anymore. I put filters up. I just keep the negativity away. I don't want them even having access to me. And you know, people are like, well, they're trademarks. I'm just like, you don't know anything. I own all the trademarks, and I'm winning the Ryback trademark. Like, so you don't know. You're not. By the way, I'm legally Ryback Reeves, and even if it wasn't, they don't have a right to your social media because I never signed it over to them. So they have no bearing. But because of their corrupt partnerships with these companies, they're able to influence them to suppress certain people, and it's very easy for them to do. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is a 100% fact. This is going on, and we know this legally. But it's a very difficult thing. And it's like people are like, why don't you just take them to court? Okay, there's a lot of social media companies right now. Do you know how much that is? And what like it needs to be, and how much money up front? Like, and I've already got this thing going on, right? So it is, and not to say at some point in time, I think we're going to see a lot of things come out with this, and we'll see what the options are. Class action lawsuits, different things, especially Twitter and IG are my two. IG even, as much as Twitter, but IG, Facebook, what they've done, because it ties into my business. The less people I get to my account, the harder it is for my marketing. And I'm being shadow banned heavily on Instagram right now. They won't fix it, even though they said it was fixed since December, and them admitting that it was a wrongful shadow ban, that I did nothing wrong. And you go, well, how does that even happen to begin with? This is why, if it was just me, and I'm not doing anything, even though I would still be just as pissed, I think, with my brand, because of my business and how hard I've had to work, and a lot of positives have come from it. But you have people out there doing this and hurting you and limiting you, and it's really, really frustrating. But I've stayed positive, and I just keep I go, I know it's going to get worked out. And there's some days I got to really remind myself of this, and I go, what can I control? I can control getting healthy. I can control my workouts. I can control my marketing and different things to a degree, and I can just do the work on that stuff. And I love my dogs. I stay happy with that, and just keep grinding. And I go, I know it's gonna be worked out. But it's like it's gone on for so long. Oh man, that was good. Done. Wow. I didn't take a sip that whole meal. And a freak shows. My. All right, that done. I can't remember. I think I did it. That was the no pork sandwich from No Butcher with their potato salad, vegan potato salad. That was one of I really enjoyed that. I was gonna say that's one of the top sandwiches from there. I'm giving that a 9.6 out of 10 for this meal. And this potato salad was a 9.6 as well. This stuff is both fantastic and very, very comfortable. I feel great. I may have another sandwich for later because it's my carb day, and before I do 3 days of very low carbs. So also, that's that on the review. Check them out here in Vegas. They're not far from the Strip off of Rainbow. I've got my Feed Me More maximum size and strength program it's all completed. It's being put into PDF format. Going to make it available on feedmemore.com. It could be in a matter of days, if not next week. That's being all put together, and I got to go through and final revisions on that, make sure everything is smooth, and make that for sale on the website. It's probably going to be $19.99, but I have the discounts on the website so you can get it for less. And it's really can't wait to get that out for you guys. It's gonna help a lot of people, and maybe even do different promotions of offering it for free at different times, and to make it more people can get it and whatnot. So I'm really proud of it and getting that out, and got the merch stuff all being worked on, waiting to approve the new website with the merch company, and having a full line of Ryback merch, and I'm talking good stuff here. So it's going to be in the Feed Me More Nutrition stuff. So got cool things in progress here in the works. And other than that, guys, just Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. No harmful artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan friendly for men and women. Available on feedmemore.com. You could save 20% with discount code FeedingTime20. That's FeedingTime20 on feedmemore.com. As always, I appreciate the love and support. And until we feed again, my friends, stay hungry. Feed me more. Thank you guys very much for watching this Feed Me More TV episode. To check out my podcast, The Ryback Show and the Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report, please support us over at Patreon, patreon.com/Ryback. We have 2 different tiers available over there for both those shows. Feed Me More Nutrition available on feedmemore.com and Amazon. All first-time buyers can save 25% on the website with discount code SAVE25. And for all personal videos from yours truly, cameo.com/the big guy Ryback. Thank you guys again. Love you very much. Get hungry, stay hungry, be more. Feed me more.